Hello everyone, and today I was feeling like playing Kirby in the Forgotten Land, but it's kind of boring. So how do I make it exciting? I went out to my great community and this guy gave me this idea, but it looked bland, so I improvised, and so I asked the question that nobody has asked before. Can every copy ability beat Genwel Meteonelfilis? And when I say every, I mean every. Yes, every single evolution. Sleep too, and it is overpowered. After each ability, I will rank them on this tier list. Why Genwel Meteonelfilis for this challenge? Well, first of all, I wouldn't want to suffer through 468 matches to get the actual strongest DLC boss, but Genwel Meteonelfilis allows me to just do one match per ability. So with that out of the way, in the game, there are 12 base abilities and 24 evolved abilities, totaling to 36 times I will have to beat the boss. I also have all the abilities to star rank for the sake of being even. What are ranks? Ranks are upgrades to abilities that increase their attack stat, and the grind for that is so good, and each ability has its own unique twist. So how are we going to rank these abilities? We have this tier list where each ability will be ranked from S to F. These three things will determine rank. These three things are time, HP, and damage. For instance, an S tier ability can defeat the boss fast, make it easier to not take damage, and be very strong to beat the boss efficiently. The first ability is... Okay, so this is the drill, pencil drill, and twin drill. But what is it good at? It can make Kirby invincible, but not well, and it can do fat damage, not well. Pencil drills drill with more damage as a projectile when coming out of the ground. What about twin drill? Twin drill is a drill with more damage projectiles and has a saw that is activated when Kirby is digging, doing 6 damage constantly to the boss. But is this strong enough to beat Genwel Meteonelfilis? Drill was really weak at doing damage, and I almost died, so drill, F tier. Pencil drill was barely an improvement, F tier. Twin drill actually did good damage, but it's still not that good, C tier. Now we have Ranger. He is an absolute beast at a far range, but struggles at close range. One of the Ranger's ability is considered a top 5 ability. Noble Ranger is a faster version of the Ranger that has explosive bullets. Space Ranger is a Ranger but has high damage and insane crowd control, with their max charge bullet doing insane damage over time. But is it really as strong as it seems? Ranger did surprisingly good damage in a good amount of time, A tier. Noble Ranger almost felt like a downgrade, C tier. Space Ranger was strong and fast, S tier. Bomb is considered one of the best crowd controllers, and it's spammable, making it a brain-dead ability. Chain Bomb is one of the more unique abilities, boosting its crowd control and damage. It has the unique ability to chain bomb explosions for higher damage. Homing Bomb is chain bomb, but it goes to the nearest enemy, making it good at a distance. But the damage is low, so can it defeat the boss? Bomb did surprisingly well, but suffered from low damage, B tier. Chain Bomb was nearly impossible to take advantage of because the boss just speeds around, D tier. Homing Bomb was slightly better, but after second phase it became unreliable because of boss camping, C tier. Crash is a very unique ability, only having one attack that is only usable once, being a gigantic explosion doing huge damage, but the Kirby wiki doesn't specify how much damage. This ability is deceptively weak, but you gotta watch to see that. Time Crash acts a little differently, being able to stop time and have an explosion hurt boss, making things that hit you deal 300 damage constantly. This can allow for high rack up damage. There are 2 moves, but they are the same just with different different lengths of time stop. So how do we win? The only way to win with that ability is to use star bullets to finish the boss after the ability is used. Because these are one-time uses, can we still win?
Run.
Crash barely made a dent, F tier. Time Crash barely made a bigger dent, E tier. This ability is one that can be considered a boss killer, or at least a good damaging ability. It's really good at a range and at a close distance, a pretty good jack of all trades. Chakram Cutter has 2 cutters, so cutter but faster and stronger. Buzzsaw Cutter is cutter with ricochet, meaning it can bounce off objects and some enemies. It also is stronger too. Can we win with this unique ability? Cutter was super good, honestly, A tier. Chakram Cutter is good too, A tier. Buzzsaw Cutter was super good, S tier. Fire is the best damage over time ability. It's just a very spammable chip damage ability. Volcano Fire is fire with projectiles. What are these projectiles? Instead of spewing fire at your opponent, you spew lava rocks that light enemies on fire. Dragon Fire is just fire but higher damage. Is this enough to beat the boss? Fire was surprisingly good. I forgot to give it S tier. Volcano Fire felt mostly like a side grade instead of an upgrade, so A tier. Dragon Fire was on a whole other league. I can't put it in S tier. It's going to S plus tier. Hammer is a high damage, close range, usually powerful charge single strikes except for one, but you will see that later. Toy Hammer is super fast and does more damage, and it could do that one game-breaking glitch that let you cheese the Coliseum, but it has been patched. Wild Hammer is super slow, but does incredibly high damage and can use the strongest attack immediately. Mass Hammer is very unique. It has its own attack. When you charge the hammer, you spin like a tornado, doing multiple strong hits. It has 2 hammers, so despite looking like it does less damage, it does 2 times damage, making it stupidly good. This is a boss killer, so this is going to be easy. Hammer was really good, A tier. Toy Hammer was stupidly good, but I kind of have to put it down a rank because it can't fly anymore, S tier. Wild Hammer is my favorite ability in the game, but it's just a very strong, very slow attack, A tier. Mass Hammer is so good that it can be said that it's better than Morpho Sword, S plus tier. Ice is very interesting. It has boss freeze, but only on certain bosses. Is Genwel freezable? Genwel Meteonelfilis is immune to freeze, so you can't cheese it. Hey, future me here, you can freeze the boss. One of its other unique attributes is its shield, which makes you invincible, but does more damage and can create a snowman that acts like a projectile. Blizzard Ice is ice with ice shards that do decent damage. The ability is also a bit stronger. In theory, this should shred the boss. Ice felt like a worse fire, C tier. Frosty Ice felt a bit stronger, C tier. Blizzard Ice felt stronger too, B tier. Needle is a small-range crowd controller. Needle is also one of the funniest spammable abilities, and it can grab Star Bullet too. Clutter Needle is Needle but higher attack damage and a weak projectile. Crystal Needle is Clutter Needle but stronger, and the projectiles were actually good. So can this ability really be better than the rest? Needle was decent, B tier. Cluster Needle was surprisingly good because due to an oversight, the clutter will always hit a big boss because of the large hitbox, unintentionally being less of a crowd controller and more of the Shredder of Doom, S tier. Crystal Needle was more of a side grade, stronger attacks but loses the spam ability, A tier. Speaking of rest, the sleep ability. If you search up Kirby and the Forgotten Land tier list, you will notice that Sleep Kirby is extremely low. It's not because of no damage, it's good at healing actually, but that's it. It's also only usable once as well. Also can't move after 5 seconds. However, Deep Sleep is put really high on the tier list. How is this possible? Not only can you choose when you sleep, you'll also get a random buff like attack or speed, so this ability is usable. However, it does no damage, but if we use Star Bullet during the buff, it should be good. So can this unexpectedly strong ability win? Sleep is F tier because it's unusable. Deep Sleep is S plus tier because 1.5 times damage. This is the big ability you know. What's the first ability you can get in the game? Sword. It's a rapid, decent damage ability. Gigant Sword is a stronger sword, but slower because it's fat. However, it has a special shield that does basically no damage, but it's mainly for flinching. It can also do a super strong attack. Meta Knight Sword is sword but with projectiles. It's also super stylish. Here's an example. Morpho Knight Sword is Meta Knight Sword, but a lot stronger and has a lot of new attacks. There are just too many abilities to name. Morpho Knight does it all, and as it has great movement, great damage, great speed, and great variety. Sword is mid, B tier. Gigant Sword actually felt like a downgrade due to its sluggish attacks, D tier. Meta Knight Sword is actually broken, S plus tier. Morpho actually performed about the same as Meta Knight Sword, and that's why it's also S plus tier. Tornado is a very basic ability. It's mainly used for fast movement and crowd control. It can also pick up Star Bullets, leading to super high damage. Flare Tornado is the same but stronger. Storm Tornado is Tornado but stronger. That's really it. So can an ability this basic be a strong boss? Tornado is surprisingly overpowered because of the star bullet damage that swings around you multiple times, and grabbing a bunch of stars with Tornado can do up to 300 DPS. S tier. Flare Tornado was Tornado but better. S plus tier. Storm Tornado actually felt more like a side grade, as it's stronger but makes star bullets function differently. So instead of multiple rapid hits from star, it's a one-time hit that goes towards the boss, and it performed worse than Tornado. A tier. Please subscribe. This took almost 2 months. My sanity is dropping.